Assalamualaikum and a very good day. Today, in this video, I would like to share a little bit of a different perspective to this online training, online learning scenario. All this while, I've been sharing about how the trainer can set up better for online training. Now, not many discussion has been made about how the participants should be set up. Basically, if organization, companies organize remote or online training, how can they best benefit from this platform, and how they could possibly set up the learning environment better for their employees or basically the participant themselves. Okay, now in Malaysia, you can separate the participants into two major groups. The first one being the HRDF contributors, organization, companies that contributes to HRDF and which would like to claim the expenses, the training expenses from their HRD fund. They will need to abide by HRDF rule. So these are, I would say this is basically the first group. Now the second group is the one that doesn't claim. So if you belong to the second group, which does not claim, basically it will be a little bit more flexible in terms of how you can set up on the participant side. If you are in the category of the first group, which is the HRDF contributors, you have to abide by the HRDF guidelines. Basically a set of rules for you to be able to claim the training expenses without any difficulties. So if we focus on the first group first, the one that contributes to HRDF, you would know that the participants, or basically companies, organization, can claim their training, online training expenses based on individuals, meaning that the number of employees that attends this online training. So because of that, to be able to justify, let's say, for example, you're sending 5 of your employees, your staff members, to attend this online training. So you have to justify the fact that these 5 are actually in the online training session, and they are basically logged on and participating in the session, because you will be claiming based on the number of packs. So because of that, now on the trainer side, the trainer needs to prepare a platform using a proper platform that has some sort of a data recording mechanism. Means that we need to know how the participants, or basically how many participants are logged in, and whether they're participating throughout the session or not. So we need to have some sort of a report for HRDF on this. Now, this is to justify the fact that you are running the valid session and you can claim. Now, because of that, because of the individuals, you will need to have this platform that records individual login, which means in essence, each participant will have to log in by themselves on their own, which also means they need to be participating in the online training session with their own device. It means that you cannot share one laptop or one desktop, one computer with a few people. So you need to log in individually. Because of that, if you belong to the first category, which is the HRDF contributors, you have no other way but to have the participants log in individually. So that's number one. Whether you're going to log in on your phone, on your laptop, or whatever device, that again depends on the platform of choice. Okay, so that's one part. Now, if you do not claim, this gives you a little bit of flexibility in terms of how you arrange the session. Okay, now if you do not claim, or basically if you're just you're not counting by number of packs, basically what happens is you can share. Now when you can share, the best number to share, one laptop or basically one desktop could be 15-inch monitor and whatnot. Maximum, I would say, recommended is 2 person per computer or per monitor screen. Okay, this is because number one, you still have to remember we abide by the SOP, meaning that even in the organization, the participant, trainer is in another place. In the organization, the participants cannot sit close to each other, meaning you still have to maintain that physical distance. So because of that physical distance, my recommendation would be one laptop, one PC for maximum 2 participants. Okay. Anything beyond that, you will need to have a bigger screen. How big is big? Okay, I would recommend possibly you can use one laptop again because you're not logging on based on number of packs like the first group. Because you can share and you can project this on a larger screen, I would say anything beyond 24-inch screen. If you have like an LCD TV and whatnot, you plug it in using HDMI to one laptop, then possibly you could share with more than three or more, basically. If you have a 50-inch LCD or LED TV, then you can plug it in using your HDMI again to that laptop, and you could possibly have probably maximum five participants sitting together with the right distance, maybe three in front, and in between the three, maybe another 2 at the back. Make sure the sound is audible. Make sure the writing on the screen and whatnot is visible. Then possibly you can have 5. What goes beyond that? If you want to have more participants in one go, then possibly you could consider connecting it with a projector, one laptop with a projector, and project on the big screen. Okay, that way you could have bigger number of participants participating together with the right physical distancing in place. So this is under, I would say, under remote training or remote teaching, where you have the trainer in a separate place and the participants in a separate place, provided that you are allowed to gather the number of packs in your organization, in the company, and just watch the screen. Okay, interaction would be lesser because to participate in the platform of choice, probably only one person could type in to the laptop and whatnot. So if you have 10 and only one person answering, then it won't be as efficient or effective as you might want it to be. But of course, again, depends on the trainer's creativity if they can have exercises or activities on other platform, so you can have one computer projecting what's seen on the screen, like a video and whatnot, and possibly another platform to do some quiz, maybe using their mobile device and whatnot. Again, if you're not claiming from HRDF, that's not an issue. If you're claiming from HRDF, then you have to consider one participant, one laptop, so that you can log in. Now, because of this, again, the platform of choice has to be a platform that provides this type of report, that can churn out this kind of report or can record this type of data. You cannot, do your online training via the social media, because social media, anybody can log in and anybody can view. You do not have a record of or some sort of a data to justify the participant being logged in for that duration of the online training. So no WhatsApp group, no Telegram, those does not count. If you're looking at HRDF, those does not count as online learning or online training. It has to be a platform, something like Zoom, probably WebEx, that you can record, because there are other requirements. You can check with the HRDF guidelines. Among other things is to record the session. HRDF does not require you to record the whole session, but certain recording of the session. You have to give the link to join, because somebody from HRDF will come in to observe whether the session is going on or not. And of course, you have to churn out a report that shows that the participants have logged in. So the number of packs will be eligible for claims. So remember, the first group is the HRDF contributors. If you belong into this category, your participants must, the best, the ideal way is to have each participant to log in individually. Whereas if you do not claim, then no issue. You could have more people tuning in to one device, but recommended is one maximum, one laptop to 2 participants. If you have a larger screen that you can project, then you could have possibly up to 4 or 5. If you're going to project on the screen using the projector, you can have more. But remember, physical distancing within that confined space must be abided by. Okay, so that's a little bit of sharing in terms of how to arrange or set up for the participant side. All right, so may you find this video useful, and thank you for tuning in. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay safe.